Fables of La Fontaine. The Lion and the Rat. It's well to please all people when you can. There's none so small but one his aid may need. Here are two fables, if you give good heed, will prove the truth to any honest man. A rat, in quite a foolish way, crept from his hole between a lion's paws. The king of animals showed on that day his royalty and never snapped his jaws. The kindness was not unrepaid, yet who'd have thought a lion would need aid from a poor rat? Soon after that, the lion and the forest break, in their strong toils the hunters take. In vain his roars, his frenzy, and his rage, but Mr. Rat runs up, a mesh or two nibbles, and lets the lion through. Patience and length of time may sever what strength and empty wrath could never. Well, there you have it. And what's all this about? The Lion and the Rat. Well, it starts off by saying that, it's good if you can make everybody happy. Now, there's a saying, you can fool all of the people some of the time, but you can't fool, or I don't know. You can fool all of the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people all of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. But that's very similar to pleasing people. You can please some people, but other people you just can't please. And this is just the facts of life. But it's nice to try. So it goes on to say that no matter how small or weak, you can always help somebody in a certain way. Everybody has their special strengths and talents and abilities, and even a small mouse or rat can help the mighty lion in his time of need sometimes. So what happened was there was a rat crawled out of his home and finds himself right between the two paws of a lion. So the lion could easily have just swallowed him, but he showed his nobility and let the mouse or the rat go on his merry way. Shortly after, the lion was out strolling in the woods, and he became entangled in a hunter's net. So he tries with all his strength, and his anger rises, and he gets stronger and more fierce, but he can't get out of the net. He only makes it tighter, and he screams in rage. All of his attempts are in vain. But while he's roaring crazily, the mouse comes by and works with his little white rocks known as teeth, and he chews through some of the cords and lets the lion out. And then it says, patience and length of time may sever what strength and empty wrath could never. So all of the lion's attributes, his strength and his anger and his rage, couldn't break him out of the net. It only made his situation worse. But the little mouse with his patience and his ability to chew, could make holes in the net and eventually loosen the hole the net has on the lion, and the lion can escape. So this reminds me of the saying, one good turn deserves another, or what goes around comes around. And sometimes that's true and sometimes it's not. A lot of times you help people, and then when they have the opportunity to help you and you need their help, they turn their back on you, because everybody isn't noble like the lion, and everybody doesn't feel the need to reciprocate like the rat. But a lot of the time, if you help somebody and down the road, if they're in a position to help you, maybe you can call on a favor that you paid earlier. And some people are honorable and will do this. So this shows that we all have our strengths and abilities. Some of us are very strong and powerful, and some of us are very smart, and some of us are beautiful, and some of us have a combination of these things, and some people are excelling in certain areas and deficient in other areas, and some people are pretty well average across the board. But nobody's really better than somebody else. Sure, people are better in certain areas, but we all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses. And by and large, if things are averaged out, people are pretty well equal. Now, of course, this is speaking of averages. There are people on the far end who are excellent in many ways. They seem to have inherited a very good poker hand at birth, and it's like they've got 5 aces or 4 aces or a royal flush, and there are other people who just got random cards. But most people, on average, are pretty well equal. Some people have their skills and abilities, but their deficiencies make up for that and bring them back down to a base. And other people have different skills and abilities and other weaknesses. So we shouldn't underestimate people. Just like everybody knows things you don't know, and you can learn from anybody. Some people are extremely intelligent, but they still don't know everything. You can never learn everything. You can never know everything. And somebody who you may think is very stupid, well, they know certain things you don't know for sure. And just like they can teach you something you don't know, you can teach them things they don't know. Maybe you can teach them more than they could teach you, or maybe their knowledge base is never going to be anything that you're going to need to learn in your life. But you can respect the fact that they know things that you don't know. And same, they have talents and abilities that you don't have. Just like the lion has his strength and power, well, the rat has the ability to chew, and sometimes you need that. He who is good with a hammer tends to see all the problems as nails, but some problems aren't nails. If all you have is a hammer and you think everything is a nail, well, go try to wash the dishes with a hammer. You're just going to smash them all up. And some guy might have a sponge and some dish liquid, but he's not going to be able to drive any nails with that. But if you need your dishes washed, think about it. Anyway, something came to my mind. Some of these videos seem to have been missed by some of my loyal viewers. So you may want to check the catalog of all my videos, and you may discover that you missed a few. You can go back and watch some of those. I don't have a lot of time tonight, so I won't be uploading a second video, but I'm sure if you go through the catalog, you'll either see one that you enjoyed previously and you want to rewatch, or you might find 1, 2, 6, or 7 that you haven't seen before. And that might be like an Easter egg hunt and say, oh, look, here's one I never saw. That one slipped by me. Anyway, have a look and enjoy. And until next time, goodbye. Love you.